What is going on, everybody? Check, check, check. Test, test, test. There's always a delay on YouTube. What is going on? Okay. Alright, let me get rid of the timer here. I'm actually going to pause it. Or reset it. Pause. I know it has been a long time since the last time I live streamed here on the channel, but I felt like streaming. I felt like talking about Andor, about season 2, and what we are hoping won't be a long, drawn out writer's strike with everything that's going on. Season 2. Okay, I guess that sounds pretty fairly decent. Just gonna nudge the join up, but yeah, guys, I came across this article talking about season 2, talking about the speculative release date, and I've been meaning to just been busy with life, but been meaning to do some live streams the past couple of months, but like I said, busy with life and stuff like that, and every now and then been able to have enough time to put a video together here and there to talk about Andor, talk about some other couple of things here on the channel. And now that Ahsoka is basically right around the corner, we are getting ready to walk in the month of June, and we only have roughly now a couple of months before Ahsoka comes. Curious enough, with the writer strike hitting us, just over the past 40 days, maybe a little less than that, it makes me kind of curious and wondering what's going to happen with one of my favorite shows, Star Wars shows, currently, and that is, of course, is Andor season 2. Andor, the cast, the crew, there were already on set season 2 images being pushed out on social media. I want to say even last month, that I found interesting, hyped for, and just like we all were waiting. We all were just waiting. Of course, we had Celebration gaining the teaser trailer for season 2, and what a teaser trailer was. I have it. It's on my laptop. I'm not gonna share it. I know I put in my most recent video, I put a snippet from the teaser trailer. If you want to check that out, it's a snippet. Just didn't see anything. You just heard a specific scene between Cyril Karn and somebody specific, some new character that maybe possibly may also play a key role in season 2. That scene, was, of course, it stood out to me when I watched that teaser trailer. I done watched the teaser trailer so many times, but I just said, screw it, let me just put just this quick snippet out. I think that's the only thing that I'm gonna push out, because I don't want, of course, as always, I don't want to get hit with the copyright cheese, by YouTube, by Lucasfilm and all of that. But that teaser trailer, hopefully, I was actually hoping that they would have given us the teaser trailer at least maybe possibly even on May the 4th of this month. That didn't happen. Nothing Star Wars related happened on May the 4th, or the 5th or the 6th. So with that, I was sitting back and I was just like, man, I can't wait for season 2. I can't wait for these next several mini episodes to come, which we all pretty much believe that would be in 2024 is when we were getting it. Production for season 2 had already been underway, and like I said, at Celebration they gave us that brief. They gave the people who were there at Celebration the roughly 60 plus second teaser trailer for season 2, and it's just like this writer strike hits, and many things, including Andor season 2, gets halted. Production gets halted, and I had been meaning to even push that out in the community tab, but that didn't happen. Just because, again, life was busy for me. But it was just like, when I saw that, I was just like, I wasn't too upset, because I was just like, man, like, kind of new, because it's affecting every avenue of the TV movie world when it's pertaining to these writer strikes. And there was another supposed strike from somewhere else that's supposed to be happening, I guess within the next week or so, somewhere else, with another group of people who are looking for more money from these companies and stuff like that. So Andor season 2 gets that, gets the affected postponement. Again, we were at the time, we're automatically assuming that 2024 was when season 2 was gonna get pushed out, and it gets halted. So now the question is, at least for those of us who are fans of the show, and even I would even say just Star Wars content in general, when it's pertaining to Disney Plus and stuff like that, is how long will we fans have to wait? But definitely we do want these writers, these people that put forth the effort that they do in stuff in things of this nature, in Star Wars and many other entertainment avenues when it's pertaining to television and movie. The movie scene is that we want them to have a fair shake. We want them to get paid. We want them, because they are, a part of a lot of stuff that can either be good, great, or even mediocre, or even, of course, bad. It's pertaining to us, the fans, who sit down and watch, this entertainment on a month-to-month basis every single year. So I'm just like I said, I'm just curious. I'm wondering. Even what this article is talking about is that per the title of this stream, will this writer's strike actually hurt season 2, delay it even, push it back to say 2025 or 2026, because life constantly moves forward. People need work. When it's pertaining to actors and stuff, they need work. Bills need paid. Lives, their lives need to be lived too, just like my life, where I work in a hospital. I need to make sure that I get paid, because I got to go to work. But for them, it's like, they need jobs. They need the shows and the movies and stuff. They need this stuff, and there's always the hope is that anything that them and their agents work out to be able to be a part of these movies, these TV shows and stuff, whatever project within the entertainment industry, their hope is that this stuff becomes a hit, and then they continue to do it and they get paid well. So it's the same thing with the writers. The writers definitely do need to get paid what they deserve. And I'm hopeful that, within the next few months, at least, hopefully this year, something will occur where there's an agreement that can happen, and then for everybody, life can move forward. And all of these titles, even when it's pertaining to Star Wars itself, all of these titles are stuff that were either already getting started, getting ready to get started, or pre-production, whatever, will eventually go back to where it was going. So that's just what I just thought that we could sit and talk about. If anybody shows up in the comments, it's cool. Nobody's here currently, just a couple people watching, which is fine. Definitely thank you for being here, taking the time out to listen to little old me ramble, talk about my thoughts as far as Star Wars, Lucasfilm, as far as the writer strike and stuff like that is concerned, as far as Andor season 2 is concerned. Just stuff that I've been thinking about over the past few weeks since the writer strike had happened, and then of course the announcement did occur. And just sitting back like thinking like, man, I'm curious, how long? I believe everybody is like wondering like, how long will this happen? Will this writer strike occur to where it, wondering, will it affect Andor in such a major way? That's something that I was, been thinking about for the past couple of weeks. Give me 1 second here. But this article, it's through this thing called Digital Fix. They had talked about, I'm trying to see if I can pull it up here. I think see, that's the thing, I haven't streamed in so long. At least on Streamlabs here, that I forgot how to do this. I think this was it. There we go. Okay. This article was written, I want to say, I think it was published like 6 days ago, and I sat down and read it, and I was just like, decent enough topic. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna move myself to show this article here. All right, so like I said, this article, I want to say, was like 6 days ago. It was written by this guy named Jacob Barnes, Digital Fix, and they were talking about the release date, speculation, cast and plot, news and stuff like that. And I just said, let me go live. I was thinking about doing a video for it, but I was like, I'll just go live. I could talk about it, whether people show up or not. But this is basically what it was talking about, where it says, Andor season 2 release date, speculation, cast, plot, news. Andor season 2 release date, news, and all of these updates. It says, when is Andor season 2 release date? We're going to be riding the hype train for this for quite some time after the first season of Andor totally blew our minds. I would at least say some of our minds, because there are fans out there that didn't like it. One of my new supervisors at my job, who actually shadowed me today, he's becoming an anime fan. I'm a huge anime fan, and he also has become a fan of Star Wars. He was telling me how when COVID hit, he really just sat down and watched. What's going on, Will? What's going on, dude? How are you? Thank you for stopping through. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, my supervisor, he said that during COVID, he had actually sat down and watched a few of the films. So currently, from where he stands, he didn't watch the OT, he didn't watch the original trilogy. He sat down and watched the prequels, and he watched the sequels. He watched The Mandalorian. He watched Book of Boba Fett. And he tried and attempted to watch a little bit of Andor, but he said he wasn't really connecting to it. And I just basically just told him, like, hey, give it about 5 or 6 episodes. Just really just like truck through it. After that, then you can make a decision on continuing. Because we know, us fans of the show, we know that roughly about the 5th or 6th episode is when things really just like pick up. And it'll really either catch you or really just keep you at a standstill of, like, you know, I'm just gonna just like chill out. So that's why I'm saying, like, this article we're saying, like, you know, Andor totally blew our minds. It's like it blew those of us minds who actually liked or really loved Andor. Me personally, as per the channel, for those of you who've been here, I loved Andor and I kept running back to watch it. But many people who didn't, they just didn't. Even some people even watched most of the season, just still didn't like it, and that's totally fine, because at the end of the day, a show like Andor is still subjective. At the end of the day, you know, and it just depends on the person. You're not gonna, you know, Andor season 1 is just not gonna please everybody. But I'm a part of the many fans that loved it. But yeah, then it goes on to say, it became one of the best things to ever come from a galaxy far, far away. Disney Plus show follows casting Andor, who you should remember where they're talking about Rogue One here, his forge's path within rebellion, stuff like that. And then that's when they dive into the release date. And this is what it says. Andor season 2 release date is more so speculative now, because, like I said at the beginning of the stream, roughly 5 minutes ago, is that many of us were already speculating that it's going to come out next year. But now with the writer's strike, now you question on, will it even come out even within the next 2 years maybe? But the article goes on to say that they are assuming and speculating that it's going to release in August of 2024, but it says that we don't know an exact date yet. That's because an exact Andor season 2 release date hasn't been announced just yet. This release window was revealed during the Star Wars Celebration in April 2023 by the team behind the show, and an update on a precise release date should be coming within the next few months. The question I have, though, because of the writer's strike, is will we even get that now that this has occurred? Will they still put it out there? Because we know that, like, Marvel, they do this a lot. Marvel does this a lot. We know, come back up on the camera here. Like, we know that Marvel has a tendency to give us release date information. Full on, just, this is the blueprint of release dates. Every time, every big current, you know, quote unquote celebration for themselves, they always give us the release dates. They say this is when we have these 10 movies, films, or 15 movies and films to release during, you know, this year, maybe even specifically this month. But many of us Marvel fans have come to learned that we kind of need to start taking those things, those release date windows, with a grain of salt, because many times over the past, even last 5+ years, those release dates have been pushed back to, say, the following year, or even a little bit longer, which is up to 12 months. So even with this, with Andor, and what this article is talking about, that even with them saying that, it could be coming up within the next few months, that may still change because of the writer strike. What could possibly happen in the next few months if, say, no conclusive, really, truly what am I trying to say? Like, no real true headway. Like, nothing really has come with these negotiations with the writers and the companies that they, are looking to gain, the appropriate funds that they feel like they deserve on a month-to-month basis. Say within the next few months they don't come to an agreement, then, this is going to even prolong, like Andor Season 2 and many other Star Wars projects, getting stuff to be pushed back even further. So that's why I'm saying, when I read this article, I was like, man, like, I'm, hopeful that with what it's talking about in August of 2024, which, we can say sounds about fair, maybe that may not happen. And now I'm a person of strong patience. I can wait, but again, like I said, an article like this, and it's talking about this, I'm just like, what are other fans feeling? What are you all feeling when you hear about the writer strike, and when they announce that Andor is getting postponed and production is getting halted, and because not many fans may not have the patience that I do to wait for something like this to come back, and then, like I said, with this article, it's just something that I just like was just like but it goes on to say, like, Andor Season 2 began production on November 2022 in November 2022, and will continue through the summer of 2023. Now we are here at December 2023 right now. Then post-production will begin as visual effects, editing, and other behind-the-scenes work takes place. The only foreseeable obstacle is the 2023 writers' strike, which will prevent writers from taking place during the filming process. Showrunner Tony Gilroy confirmed he will cease all duties related to the show during the strike period. So it's entirely possible that we'll see a delay to the Andor Season 2 release date in the future. And that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm, talking about when I'm mentioning, like, that with the writer strike hitting, which was last month. Prior to that, our focus was next year, 2024, roughly say fall, early winter, maybe even middle winter. Season 2 hits, and we were patiently waiting. Like I said, Celebration, they give us the teaser trailer. That 60+ seconds was really just, it was great. It was dope. I watched it like 50,000,011 times. I'm pretty much going to rewatch it again. Put a couple other videos out to talk about other specific things, because I am really curious about, like I said in my video, I am curious about what they're going to do with Cyril Karn's character, because per the teaser trailer, he had some specific things going on in the trailer itself, and I feel like they're going to give him even more shine, that I'm going to more than likely talk about in another video with his character. But just saying, like, I feel like he's just going to get more of a push compared to what we had in season 1. where he kind of just like really just slowed down, and then eventually came back out into the fold and was able to do what he needed to do for his character. So I'm just like hopeful that this second season, and like I said, many other Star Wars projects are will eventually be able to continue moving forward. In hopes that we will get what we want next year, if that's the case. But like I said, also too, like I said, writers, they definitely do deserve to gain the pay that they are looking for to continue to do their job. And I think I did, if I remember correctly, I think I did. Yeah, I did. It's in the community tabs, but it's like several posts. I did share some images. It was with Cassian. It was with Luthen. I think it was just those two specifically that they showed for just images, still images of season 2 of what they were doing. But you couldn't really tell anything outside of just seeing their faces, what they were wearing. So I'm just like, I'm hopeful that I will gain more. And if I can find the season 2 images that were pushed out, I think it was like last month. If I can find those, if I can re-find those, because I don't think I have them. I don't think I grabbed them and saved them. If I find them, I'll put them in the community tab. So yeah, I did, and I don't think I heard any new news as far as any new cast members. The teaser trailer itself, like I said, there was just one specific character, actually two. I want to say two specific characters that were new faces that popped up in the teaser trailer itself. Like I said, one specific character that was talking to Cyril Karn in the teaser trailer makes me wonder who he is, and it was just this other guy. But everybody else that they showed as far as the teaser trailer was just the crew that we have known and love. Well, actually, no, it was 3. There was somebody else, because there was a character that Mon Mothma was talking to. Actually, she was talking to 2 people, but there was one specific person. She was sitting down and actually facing them and talking to them. But this other specific character looked like they were maybe possibly a politician or something like that. They had they looked like they were like sentient or something like a from a different planet or something like that. But like I said, that's something that I want to put a video together. So that's what I'm saying with the cast and crew stuff here when we're talking about this season 2 list, people who are returning. We have that. We know for sure that Diego's there, Genevieve, Stellan, Kyle, Denise, Forrest, Adria, and Andy. That's the thing. They put Andy's name down because I did put a video out talking about Andy Serkis' character. They did go on record in saying that Kino's character did survive the escape. And I did mention that in that interview that they talked about this, where Kino Loy is a family man. He's looking to get back to his family. Hopeful that we will definitely for sure get a chance to see back at the prison, see Kino, and maybe possibly see him leave the prison to get home, wherever his home is, wherever his family is. Because at the end of the day, he is a family man. He just more than likely got caught up in some stuff that got him put there. Maybe it was just something that he did it, because that's something I've been meaning to talk about in the video. But just say, like, maybe it was just something that he did that was more so for his family, that he felt like he had no choice, and which caused him to get arrested and get put in prison in the first place. So, this list here is for sure confirming what Andy and Tony talked about in that interview from last month, where Kino Loy's character did survive and he's just back there, because that was one of my questions. Like, if since he didn't get in the jump in the water, more than likely he's stuck and stayed around. They recaptured him, probably gave him a much lengthier sentence, but maybe possibly he will still look to get the heck out of there. But these are the core people. I'm curious about these other characters that will probably be introduced on season 2, that I'm hopeful that will occur. So yeah, but that's pretty much my thoughts on season 2, because everything else is just talking about like the cast and crew and stuff like that. Speculations on the trailer. I'm just like I said, I'm curious and wondering, hopeful that the writers will be able to sit down with these companies and be able to really hash out a new deal, gain the funds, the income that they want. Because at the end of the day, they need to be able to provide for their families and themselves. And again, the hope is that if things do go in the right direction within the next few months, even what this article is talking about, the hope is that we will gain maybe a bit more of what the teaser trailer was shown. They'll push out something more, an actual trailer. What's going on, Enzo? How are you? Hope you're doing well today. Definitely. Argentina is in the building, is in the comments. Hope you're doing well, dude. Yeah, the hope, of course, is that like I said, things will move in a specific direction that will be on the upside for everybody, including the fans, because now currently for us fans, Star Wars fans, all we have is the Ahsoka series, which I'm definitely going to be covering all 6 episodes here on the channel. Like I've always said, Grand Admiral Thrawn is my favorite non-Force user within the Star Wars universe itself. I can't wait for that to drop in August. I would have been a little upset if the writer strike had happened and this would have caused, the Ahsoka series to get delayed. But, again, we are literally getting ready to be literally 2 months or a little over 2 months away from the Ahsoka series from dropping. I really can't wait for the Ahsoka series to get here and to be able to see my homie Grand Admiral Thrawn make his live action debut. I'm actually going through give me a second. I just had it. Man. Where are you? But yeah, got rereading Thrawn: The Ascendancy, book 1. Nothing like a guys. I'm seriously, like, I love, or I should I say I like digital books. I actually love audiobooks, but there's nothing like holding a book in your hand. Specifically, more importantly, a Star Wars book. There's nothing like holding a Star Wars book in your hand. And like, man, if I could just live in the library, I would, just personally. But like I said, I'm rereading the Ascendancy books right now. Like I said, preparing for that. Kind of hopeful though when it's pertaining to Andor. I'm kind of hopeful that there will be a book version. Because there's so much more that you can do with a story like Andor. In book form, I feel. So I'm kind of curious and hopeful that, they would, authors or whomever would write an Andor book, or books. Continue the stories, or do some side stuff with some specific character. Um, that's what I'm hopeful that will happen. I mean, I know we have the Rogue One catalyst and all of that stuff out there, which I still have to read. I haven't read it yet. I have it. I just have to read it. So I'm kind of hopeful that we will get some really good written Andor books if that occurs. If there's an author out there that's looking to really actually do it, and of course Lucasfilm will allow them to put it together. I thought I saw something talking about Diego even was saying, I have to look it up and see. Rippin' Tones, what's going on? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well today. You said if it does hurt them, we can wait. Those writers and their livelihoods are more important. Definitely, then they deserve better. Yep, they do. And that's literally what I was saying too. That I'm in full support of them getting what they deserve. Because like I said, I have patience. I can wait. I know many fans can't because many fans do look forward to stuff like this. They look forward to removing or being distracted from the outside reality into this fictional stuff. And there's really nothing like some great fictional Star Wars writing and TV shows and stuff like that when they're done well. For me, Andor was just done well, and I can really sit here and watch season 1 over and over again. I'm actually running through season 1 again now as I'm talking about it here on the stream. So yeah, but that is my hope, guys, is that we will get an Andor book, some side stuff, something. Give me, guys, seriously, give me some ISB books, just specifically ISB centered Star Wars books. I would gladly take that. Dedra, Partagoth, Legret, give me that. Even give me, maybe even give us, maybe in season 2, that's the other thing. Maybe season 2, we will, whoops, I don't know what the heck that was about. Maybe in season 2, oops, what the heck, in my door. Give me a second, I'm sorry. Oh man, excuse me. I'm tired too. I've been up since 4 a.m. Let's chill out. My buddy, he's funny. What I was trying to say is that maybe in season 2 we'll see maybe like a flashback of Luthen and Lonnie even setting up, Lonnie, joining the the rebellion, and getting him into the ISB. Maybe we'll get something like that in season 2. Even if it's just a brief, real brief, I don't know, 5-minute thing. But that's what I'm saying. If they can, if some writers and stuff, if they can give me some ISB books with these characters, I will gladly read those to my heart's content. I will gladly, because I am. I really did indeed love the cast for in those scenes of the ISB. Those were just really just great scenes. This was really great. And as you know, if you go on the channel, you can see that many people clicked on my videos to see those scenes. Just great scenes, and I just really just patiently am gonna wait for season 2 to get here. And like I said, in hopes that, you know, if this article is doing what we were already speculating for season 2 when it was supposed to debut for next year, that this will be indeed the case, that it does happen. But with that, I think I'm gonna end it. I think I'm gonna end the stream. I may look to stream maybe this Friday. I'm off. We can talk about something else. Maybe we can talk about Ahsoka. I'm just gonna patiently wait for season 2 to get here. But definitely, like I said, guys, in full support of the writers. Hopefully they get what they want and even need to move forward, so that, you know, everybody can just get back to doing what they enjoy. And, you know, we as fans will continue to just patiently wait and speculate and hope for the best for everybody, and of course definitely in hopes that season 2 won't be delayed too long, hopefully. But if it is, you know, it is what it is, because it's, you know, life does move forward, and at the end of the day, you know, this is, you know, just a work of fiction. Doesn't really have no real effect on reality. This is just something to just keep us entertained for an hour, less than an hour, over an hour. Something we can just sit down and talk about with other fans who actually sit and enjoy stuff like this, or even don't. You can still have dialogue with them and stuff like that, converse with them and stuff. Because again, this stuff is subjective, and, you know, people are allowed to like and not like, and even rant about what they didn't like about something. But with that, I'm out. Definitely, guys, stay humble, stay safe, enjoy your evening, noon, and night. And I will hopefully talk to you all next time with another video and or stream to come soon. And remember, the Force will be with you always. Peace, guys.